All right. And make sure I'm live on everything. Give me 1 second, chat. All right, we should be good. Why am I only in 720p on Twitch though? Chat, do you see that? Let me know if you guys see that as well. It says I'm only live on 720p on Twitch. Or maybe that's just a preview thing. It might just be a preview.
A new mode. He's evolved.
Let's get into it. What's good, Drew?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Take two into our first match of the 2026 CDL season. OpTic Texas taking on Riyadh Falcons.
What's up, Monty? Joked. What's up? What's up? You see it? Okay, cool. It might just be my preview in the stream dashboard then.
I want to see what type of like calculus this guy's doing in game.
Wow. Is he hooked up to an EKG machine? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's
1 second. Let me get the money map bigger for you guys. Wait, what the heck? What happened to my mini map enlarger? No, did it? Wait, what? I have to try this again. Mini map, capture cursor. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. Here we go. Alright, that should be better. What's good, chat? What's good? How's everyone's going? How's everyone's morning going? Good weekend of COD. Good weekend of COD. Finally, the season is back. So we're chilling. We're gonna go over some. I think we'll just do our matches today.
time. Strap in, strap on, lock in.
Love seeing the boys on Scar and Den. Definitely the two probably best maps right now, just in general as like account maps. I was saying Scar was a really good search map, but after seeing it a little bit more, I think they need to do something with the B bomb site. Either push it up or do something with it. I was trying to think last night where you can even put it, but it kind of feels like a one bomb site search right now, even though I think the layout of the map is good. I think it's good for Hardpoint though.
Maybe to try to go towards new, but right now these white arrows moving a little bit slow, and this is a P1 that has been perfect.
Yeah, and speaking of
This first Hardpoint was clean. I think there was just one scenario we'll get into during the P4, or like the rotation to P4. I think Exit gets a 2-piece that kind of fucks up the entire rotation for us. Not a fan of Raid, great map all time, but just a big game of simple retakes. Yeah, it plays a little bit differently, obviously, than before. Let me make sure. Oh, my tablet is kind of dirty. I'm not gonna lie. You guys see the drawing? Okay, cool. We'll talk about this P2 when we get over to the Minnesota series, but this P2 can really be soakable. And it's pretty hard to break, specifically because of the angles you can play on hill. You can honestly hold it from both sides. It's probably easier from this side, but when you have someone hiding dark behind this little like wall over here and he can peek out whenever, if you have someone close here like Xnit's playing, and then someone on, you know, either the box here or this other box, you can kind of finesse around these boxes, and it's really hard to retake it. You kind of have to be really good with your attacks. Hey, Dead Hood, appreciate the sub with tier 1. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
We're very much there. Looking towards new as well. Top side of the map we go to.
What's it, Stinky Seal?
Work here from Pred on all.
What happened with the LET spawn on P2 versus Falcons? So that spawn was specifically it's so hard to read in the moment because it's a kill timing thing. So the first guy that died on the rotation, and because LET wasn't technically like hard blocking as the rotation was happening, the first guy spawns up literally at 59 seconds here, which means I forget who would spawn up next, but the next guy gets like the emergency spawn here. So he should know, and I think he did turn around. It just, the fact that he spawns here creates like a natural pinch for him while the rest of his team's going this way. So it's pretty hard to know in the moment because you know you didn't spawn here for a reason, but you don't know where. Like, you don't know that this guy spawned here. He could be it could have just been a guy taking one of these type of routes, but you don't know that he, like, it was a split second he spawned at the new, you know, spawn point, you know. So that's kind of what happened there. Pretty hard to read in the moment. You have to really be on top of your shit, especially first week of the game or first week of the season. But I'm assuming they knew that someone was behind them. They just didn't know where, and he just got that P2 spawn because the hill just changed. How can I get better on reading the spawns? Watching gameplay, watching pro gameplay like this, seeing scenarios, seeing just where people spawn in specific, you know, situations. If someone's on hill, if they're pushed out, you know, you literally just, you build up the habit by getting continuous reps watching. Good morning, JP. I'm a metal coder, and I know how sweaty Merc's hands get, or Merc's hands, as I've seen the talent watching Hex vlog and stuff. I would guarantee he has a condition called hyperhidrosis. Yeah, I assume that's what it is as well. If you ever want to do something about it, there are meds. You just need a diagnosis. Just to be clear, the hyperhidrosis can cause no damage to hand, just a quality of life thing. Oh yeah. We've kind of, or at least I've told him that. I'm not sure what kind of meds there are, because I know there's like injections, and I think he's afraid of injections, and I would be too, especially when your livelihood depends on your hands. But yeah, I think he's looked into some stuff, but he's kind of just dealing with it. He just plays with the towel and plays with some gamer grip, and he's been fine. Was it this rotation? Yeah, I think this is where Xnit pops a 2-piece. So obviously P3 to P4, if you have like the blue side and you have hold, you want to like start getting towards the left here, because you know that if they're not at old here, they're going to be trying to take routes for new. That's just basic hardpoint. The problem here is Xnit, we see him in store, and he kind of just pieces up Mason and an Ant here. Really good 2-piece. These 2 kills force 1 and 4 to back up, but they've already had positioning with 7 and 8, so they can get on into P4 early and get towards the back. And if they give up the spawn, well, actually they get a close spawn with White Time. White Time gives you this little yard spawn, but we'll spawn out here. Yeah, we'll spawn back P2. Is he still using a default PS5? Yeah. Bro, it was so funny because before the first match, something was happening with his trigger, and we ended up fixing it, but in the meantime, he ordered like a DoorDash controller from fucking Staples, and it came, and I'm thinking to myself like, dude, this guy literally just ordered a GoPuff controller from Staples, and he was gonna use it. That's crazy to me. And I think he is using it now. I think he ended up switching to the new controller. We call wood this like motel area. Just so for anyone knows. This is like wood for us. Do I play much? Nah, not really. I watch a lot though.
Not a bad listening chance. Slow moving Hellstorm there to help keep the hill clear.
1.8 with the new controller. No, he stayed using the old controller for the first match. He used the new controller for this next one, or this last last series. Stables has controllers. Yeah, I didn't know that either. But I guess it was the closest. What, DoorDash or GoPuff, whatever. I guess. I think it's GoPuff because I think that's more for like just random items.
It's Mercury's the feed, catching his. Dashy gets another one done, and young Shotzi soaking it away there on time.
Yeah, I'd love to see it as well if you're an OpTic fan. Shotzi had a little slow start to this map, but certainly heating things up. And I mean, he's caught right back up to the rest of the lobby. So things looking good there. All things considered, the fact that it was a 60-0 start, I thought we were shaping ourselves up for a blowout, but Falcons did wake up. We got a battle, and now they're the ones.
This second rotation is kind of where they just took over.
Going on for the Falcons right now is everyone's great.
They played the second rotation really, really well.
Still trying to take the lead back, and there it is, ladies and germs. Back over to P1. Second set on us. First set.
What's up, Mini?
Very much a test for both of our squads. A strong start from the OpTic boys, but right now Coliseum on a 4 spree, halfway towards his Hellstorm. Can he get him some time out? Nah. Shotzi going to continue to find time and kills. Lovely scoreline.
I said this to Brandon, but I think this is going to be the map this year that he's going to get like the super soaker on. This will be his like 2-minute map where he just fries and gets 2 minutes. He loves playing the hill on this map.
Right now, desperately trying to fight 2 players, waiting for his teammates to be the reinforcements to get in, and Pred wins a massive gunfight against Shotzi to make sure your flank is secured.
How do we not have extra controllers at the headquarters?
P2, you get the first 3 kills.
They go through a lot of controllers.
By 20 going into the new hill, but they have everything under control.
That's another 3 dead. They know exactly where OpTic are spawning. They press forward straight at the last possible second. Exnit aware of the fact that the flip could be on alongside Celium.
How different does the teamwork need to be this game versus last? Honestly, dude, I think Hardpoint plays almost exactly the same as last year. Search, I think, is a little bit more of a skill gap because I think the search maps are better. And Overload is like, I think Overload might be one of the most team-oriented games that like we've had for Game 3. That is sneaky, like very, very, you have to be doing what you do with your spawn, or what you need to be doing with your spawn. At least from how we've been playing it. And they have a good grasp of it right now. Boys are absolutely godlike on Overload. Yeah, that's one that we've put in time and just like figuring out what the fuck we want to do. I think we're starting to figure it out, and I think we got a good grasp of it. But you know, teams are just gonna watch our VOD and start probably doing the same shit that we're doing right now. So we always have to keep like staying ahead if possible. Because I think we're like the best Overload team right now. But you know, people are gonna just try and do shit that we're doing now.
You lost the left side spawns. Every one of his teammates falls. Dashy on a 4 spree coming in from old time, and well, now Shotzi and a credit.
Oh, the ultimate credit's good for 2 here, right? Here comes the first. Wait for the patient play.
But we also have like the team chem coming from last year too. That kind of helps with that mode as well. So what I'm saying, like that mode is like very, very team oriented and knowing and trusting what your teammates are gonna do. So we do have a significant edge at the start here because of playing with each other for a minute. Why no RCXD and Search? Great fucking question. I have the same question as you, dude. I have zero clue why we're not playing with RCXD. I even messaged in the coaches chat. I think someone messaged in the rep chat, and I was just like, wait, is it like insane in this game? Like, why aren't we using it? And I've yet to get a response.
One by one, he nearly kills them all. What unbelievable skill.
How many teams stayed the same besides y'all? None. We're the only team that continued with our same 4. Wall jumping is so cool and everything, but after watching Shotzi take the routes he has been able to and such, I feel like the updated Omni movement was so important. Plus Merc doing things that allow the routes, of course. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the most, I'd say cracked out of all the CDL titles because of the wall jump and the continuous Omni movement from last game. This your favorite iteration of the roster since joining OpTic? I think so. I have fun with this roster, but I like all the players I work with, honestly. I haven't really had a bad relationship with anyone. Hey, Yixi, 18 months. Appreciate it, man. The GOAT. We need to hear comms from Merc's Ninja Defeat on raid. Nah, the Ninja Defeat is just an aura diff. This dude made a really good play, and I don't know, I swear he is the only one who wins those 1v2s. I don't know how they didn't see him though on bomb. That was smooth sailing in the second rotation. Are you cracked at COD yourself? No. What's good, JP?
With the bomb. Stay at home or wherever they watch.
Not really. Is it not?
but not everybody. Everyone has to stay at home or wherever they're watching the games from. But our players are going away.
We read this fake instantly. I think AG smoked B side and they just read it instantly. And was able to back up a little bit and we just full wrapped. It was very good stuff towards A. Krez's ass on the stake, bro. JP, you haven't even seen me play, bro. What the hell?
Not a soul. Red, watching the flank there. He was the man on
JP, when are you coming back to Dallas, dude?
And it's not going to happen. Everyone on OpTic finds a corner. Any corner lays down, and round one.
He's a touchpad league player. Holy fuck. Nah, dude, I've been grinding a new TFT set. That shit's been addicting. I'll probably play that after I get off stream. Was Shotzi okay during map 1 versus G2? Yeah, he was okay. He kind of just needed to wake up a little bit. I think we all need to kind of wake up a little bit. There was some, we'll talk about it, but there was just some dumb mistakes that just fucked us over, and they took advantage of it on that Scar hardpoint. We talked about it like right after though. League and TFT has me in a bad chokehold. Same, dude. Same.
Losing around that quickly and having to spend 50 seconds just staring at a black screen, debating on what you want to do on defense.
Do you think picking up a sniper you killed should grant the life? Yeah, I think that would be cool. Like if you saw in the raid search yesterday, Kremp killed and finished the round with the sniper after he picked it up from Brandon when he killed him Zig.
Lean forward, lock back in. Round 2. Here we go.
You and Damon have the same role? A little bit. I do some more managerial, administrative stuff too. But in terms of like actually coaching the team, we're kind of the same with like what we say and do.
You can already see spreading the map on the attack, showing a lot of pressure over towards A. Xnid might be here to meet it.
Wait, how did he get naded here? Was this a...
Again, a rotation heavy map, and you can already see spreading the map on the attack, showing a lot of pressure over towards...
Oh, he just banged that off from getting out of A? That was a good nade.
Nade can allow you to get some pressure. And funnily enough on defense, Falcons did not send a single player towards B.
No, they've sort of...
Has League told you guys when we can see Blackheart, or are we just waiting like us? They haven't told us specifically, but that tweet that they said it was only gonna be out for this weekend, so I assume it'll be back for us to scrim this week. I'm not sure what happened to it. I guess there was a bug on the map or something, because we couldn't even select it. Like it was literally not in the private matches for us to use. Like even if we wanted to, we couldn't. Like even if there was like a bug and we wanted to use it, it legit was not pickable. Like in the game. They need to fix the first round of glitch in S&D. Yeah, they do. That's what's also messing up the scoreboard. I see a lot of people saying like, oh, the scoreboard's not working, whatever. I think it has to do with the switching of the teams round 1 and then also the round 1, the end of the round glitch or whatever. I'm glowing today. That's some good gas. Appreciate that.
Not a problem so far here on Den. First taste of a sniper rifle there from Dashi. You're going to see plenty of that this season.
Main stage prop hunt would be entertaining a major 1.
Those opening picks.
Prop hunt would be hilarious.
As possible on Den, because then it tells you straight away we found a kill.
Prop hunt for vetoes.
Are they expecting a player, or are they expecting you to push that position? Where can we reallocate resources? So then Falcons down a man on a huge disadvantage on a map like Den.
My question is, why is there no back P2 spawns in P5 Hill that literally fucked the comeback last night? I mean, it's basically how the spawns work with like hard blocking. I think we just needed Ant to be like our side time for like 2 more seconds, which kind of sucks because it's so hard in the moment to read like that. It shouldn't really work with that. But secondarily, like if like Kyler spawned to the guy's right, so he got a parallel, he should know that someone's to his left. But again, in the moment, it's hard as fuck to like read that if you're not aware of it. We had really never gotten in that situation where it was clean 4 dead and we're on time and we're in green, but we're technically not blocking because we're not in that like corner.
From play, man advantage right now for the Falcons. No bomb planted just yet though.
They are a little little bit scared, a little bit paranoid. They don't have quite the same amount of map control that OpTic did in the previous round, so they're happy to take their time.
Are you a fan of this game? Yeah, I'm a big fan of this game. I think this will be the best CDL COD if I had to guess towards the end of the year. I think the map set is really good. I think the gameplay is really good. I actually really fuck with Overload right now. So I think it could be one of the best CDL modes or CDL games for sure. Please confirm what the respawn delay for Hardpoint is. It's 3 seconds. Yeah, you need to unlock the rules, change it to 3 seconds if you're playing on CDL Hardpoint. That's what we do at least.
And then there's just endless hesitation. Didn't do a thing. Kismet, if he had the bomb rather than a sniper, would have planted that bad boy 30 seconds before when the first attempt was. But
how do you think the spawn should be? I mean, spawns in general should always work kind of the same way. Like 1 back spawn and then 2 like outer spawns like that. You block the back, you spawn out. Other team spawns out if it's still being blocked, and you have like, you know, the fact is like nowadays there's kind of like 4 spawns. There's like usually 2 back spawns and then 2 front spawns or whatever. Well, on like let's say we're talking about B2, like we have a spawn here and we have a spawn here, and then you have like here, and then there's also like 1 here, and then there's like additional squad spawns randomly sometimes, but those are like the main 4 corners. Usually in other games, like in Cold War, it was only like 1 back spawn and then 2 like deeper out spawns, and you like fight for it or get parallels if you're both contesting like the hill.
So good. 3 rounds to
but this game, hardpoint wise and spawn wise, basically plays similar to last year. It's like the same logic and everything. The problem is it's just some off case scenarios with positioning, which cause that type of stuff.
OpTic with a 2-2 reshuffle.
But yeah, I don't think the spawn should happen.
Pred roaming the middle of the map. Salim's gonna be looking over top. Either way, though, I feel like this is a bomb.
As it happens, CDL does not confirm the rules before they make the preset mode. I think they we were testing out 2.5 and 3 the week that they were like, I guess, making the mode, and we settled on 3, and I guess they just never updated it, or it will be updated in like the next patch. I don't know what the timeline is for when a developer gets that information and how long they're able to actually implement it and how long that takes. So I don't want to talk anything about the dev side about that. When are you guys streaming scrims? I assume we'll be back tomorrow with the streaming scrims. We just weren't able to stream last week because we were on the new patch, and since there was new content that wasn't like released yet, we weren't, or we were told by the CDL not to stream that week.
Pred waited for his moment to strike, but he had it dialed in.
Fantastic.
Did they make a rule in overclocks or not yet? I think everyone is just using the overclock nade stuff because there's no way to police it. And then trophies are overclocked as well. I would like for them to turn off overclocks for CDL. Specifically the nade and tac ones. I think they're just really, really overpowered right now. But I was saying, and we were saying as a team, like we should allow flak and tac to be used in one class, because right now that's GA'd. We should allow that to be used if they're going to keep the overclock stuff though.
Tough moment indeed, but happy for that. Now this is activity.
Because the stronger stuns or the longer stuns, whatever one, I think it's the stronger stuns. Those are crazy in this game. And then the nades are insane if you don't have a flak. Obviously, you just get one naded.
For a little bit more information before they make their call, and they just instantly scam. We got a 3v3.
Yeah, not a problem whatsoever. He's tagged up. No snipe this round. He's actually handed it over. I do believe it was Coliseum there, right?
Do I like the new exposure? Yeah, I don't mind it. The new change, the P4 change. I don't mind it.
You're able to get this one down. So force right now for Pred, still finding himself a corner. This is
Can you put, wait, this is so funny you said this. Can you put in the word that the mute field has a nasty ringing when popped that really hurts the ears? Bro, this happened to Ant in the raid search yesterday. He was like, bro, I was fucking tweaking. I forget which round it was, but he popped the mute field and he was like, dude, I couldn't hear anything. He's like, I what the fuck is going on? Like, I can't hear anything. It's so fucking loud. And he was tweaking about it.
There she goes. Dash taken care of in short order. That is back-to-back.
It's really funny that you message that.
Just having an interesting timing battle on the map, but Bread's come out on top of that twice. Mercury's maybe the player that's going to have to try to make that adjustment, but as far as it goes, not too shabby out of the Falcons.
Oh, what's good, Juan? I just saw in your YouTube chat. Excited when teams finally crack the code with Overload. The strats are going to be insane.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think right now we're ahead of it right now, but people are going to see how we play, and then that's when you kind of have to like adapt.
Calm reaction imaginable on the kill. Scams aside.
Do you guys hear the moaning we hear when watching podcasts? Or yeah, dude, there's random times where we'll just moan, or like, I think it's after you get hit by a nade and you're, or after you get hit and you start regenning, they'll take a deep breath like, or some shit like that. And I'm in Codcaster just scrims and I'm just like, what the fuck was that noise? It's moaning and there's like these deep breaths sighing or some shit, and it's so weird.
For the bomb site pressure, you do have Pred playing a cruddy angle over towards the B site, so a tricky one on this approach. And Dashi versus Celium. For this line of sight, Celium's giving him nothing.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, even better from Pred.
Did you see the moaning moment from C9? Yeah. I had heard it before, so it was funny because like I didn't realize that they don't turn it off on the broadcast. But I guess there isn't a way to turn it off. I don't know, maybe it's like you have to turn off dialogue or something. But I have that on in practice too, so I hear it.
Phone, wallet, and now we're all tied up.
This is huge, and I think that Pred 1v2, maybe the spark that team is going to be looking for just to get on the board.
Or battle chatter, yeah. No, even when we turn battle chatter off, as battle chatter is turned off, I'm pretty sure already. Right? Is it not considered battle chatter? I'm pretty sure battle chatter is turned off in CDL settings. I could be wrong though. Those are one of the last page settings that I'm not really too sure of.
Quick pinch rolling through, not wasting any time in that round.
Yeah, that was a nice sort of turn there. Again, good instincts and great chem from the Falcons early on here in the 2026 season. They know when to hit it together, and they certainly did. Pred, 6 and 3.
They kind of faked this out because of how round one played, waiting for someone to push through, and somehow Kyler gets a pick there while they're just waiting.
That's Hook, first blood. Ugh.
I guess they expected us to wrap to A like they did, or that we did in round one, but they stayed there.
That's Hook for you. Perfect nade there from Celium.
That was Hook for you.
Yeah, it was. Now he's a fragment of the man he once was. Thanks to that nade. Big lineup from Bruce. Great damage. Here comes the immediate hit from Xnid. That is super aggression in the 2v2 now. Mercury's eyes are on.
We turned battle chatter off in CMG. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's turned off in CDL settings. I don't know where that sound is coming from when you hear that noise.
They're going for this rotation. Mercury's is already at the site, ready to meet him.
And he's there. Oh, the timing.
Because I assume that would be battle chatter, but we still hear that shit in CDL.
Here comes Shossi from the other side of the map. Mercury's does get himself the Hellstorm. And this is for the lead change.
I don't care if you covered this yet, but is getting VOD easier now that CDL is on Twitch? No. We get VOD specifically from the league. Like they give us Observer VOD in like a Google Drive. So it doesn't really change for me. They've been pretty good about that. I actually have to message them about that because I think with the new season they may have changed it or changed the settings. You actually just reminded me. But that's just for like my program stuff. We can just watch YouTube if we're doing it for like VOD purposes, talking with each other. Is there massive one-ways and smokes in this COD? Not really massive. It's still like little one-wayable, but there's like no aim assist, so it doesn't really matter as much, and you can kind of see their silhouette most of the time if they're in the smoke.
We'll see if the Hellstorm comes into play. A lot of coverage here.
So it's not nearly as bad as before. Off day today or extra reps? Off day.
I'm not sure if it's gonna find
Monday's off day for every pro team.
Keep those players trapped on the inside, and OpTic will be able to buy as much space as they want. And that's nearly first traded for Shotzi 3v3.
Is the Maddox viable for comp? I feel like we'll test it out, but from what I've heard from other people, it doesn't feel the same as the Maddox from before, but it does look really good. So I don't know. I haven't tested it at all. That's a player question. Like it's more like a main rather than a Maddox, how it used to be.
Great big light on the wall there gives away a shadow, but plenty of shadow spotted.
It'll be GA, yeah, probably.
Gonna get the kill. Big work now, all down to Hook. 1v2.
Are we done streaming scrims? No, I assume we'll be back with it. It was just that one, or this last week, we were told not to because of the new patch.
Will they charge into death, or are they gonna charge into glory? And a sneaky
Dude, I thought he had this. He kills him here, and it takes forever for the round to end. Like we don't see the round win screen, or I guess the round loss screen, until he gets to like here, and we're like, wait, he defused that? It took forever. We thought because it was still going on that he actually had the chance.
heads up play from AG.
That is
You see Kyler here. He's like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Heads up play from
I killed him, and it took forever to actually end.
on that hop as well, right? These are the types of things you have to be completely on point with. And
Wow, that was actually so close. I didn't see it from that perspective yet.
difference. If Hook is ever so slightly faster, he breaks it down, clutches the 1v2. Pred and Celium did not hesitate. Got the smoke out in the doorway, moved into the site, instant bomb hop, zero fear. That's the type of play call that wins you around. And I mean, Pred's been good. He's, more or less single-handedly won his team maybe 3 different rounds so far this game.
We're giving Kismet the crown of, hey man, you gotta go do it yourself, but beautiful there. While Mercules finds an opening blood, Kismet and Exnid, they jump their way to the top window and they find nothing but trouble. So down a man now on the approach towards the A-bomb site. They have to go the long way around, and OpTic have read this one. Here comes Shotzi, first man. Great work.
Yeah, just made a play here.
Celium backs away. Kismet's
He was seen too, and he was still able to get out with a pick.
Shotzi, bites off a little bit too much there, taken care of. The 3v2, big advantage right now.
Do you think one of Utopia, Fringe, Meltdown, or Standoff gets added by stage 2, hopefully to replace Colossus S&D? I think Meltdown should 100%. Meltdown Search should 100% be added. But again, it's not going to be added until after stage 1 is what I've been told. Or what I think Spence tweeted.
Towards the A site, that's where the pressure is going to be. He's playing it.
I think Meltdown Search I would love. Fringe could probably play well in this game too. But I would like Meltdown. Meltdown is one of my favorite Search maps, and we never got that remastered.
The pressure is on Merc.
What's the best way to learn spawns and how they work? Is there a specific video you recommend? I would say watch pro gameplay and just see how the spawns work based on what people are doing. It's the easiest way to learn spawns.
A diligent retake from OpTic Texas.
Just watch all these hard points that from this weekend, and you'll start to get a grasp of it.
For the play to allow Mercules to get that defuse, and beautiful stuff. Map
It's the same. It's the same logic basically as Black Ops 6. So you kind of just need to know where the actual points are in this game, and that from that it's just reps of watching the mini map and any codcaster, whether it's. I mean, you could do it in a bot lobby, but the bots aren't going to do shit that's like actually reasonable and real. So any pro gameplay is probably easier.
A lot of assists for the OpTic boys, trying to win this off the back of their teamwork.
Because usually the bots, whenever you do a bot game, they just like either default and go straight to the hill, or just do some random shit.
a couple of nades out. We're going to commit to this one quickly.
But I guess you can still see the points in general.
You're hoping for someone to make a mistake.
Thoughts on challengers, codcaster drama?
Seeing it. Here comes Hook.
I get where they're coming from, but I feel like you're just better off
Singing in the boys now, trying to find something.
showing everyone your gameplay, because the whole point is to get to the league, I assume, right?
The rest of the boys now showing up as the smoke clears. It is Shotzi with the first. The bomb site still in full control. Pinch is now on for the Falcons.
Is the spawn also impacted if someone is in the hill or not? Yes, just like last game. There's like specific white time spawns, and it'll be a little bit different
It's a 1 versus 3.
if no one's in the hill,
Overwhelming force.
or if it's contested.
Get OpTic this game.
They're going to get him this game, indeed, where they attacked the B-bomb site. They did not give it up. It was a test. It was a way. It was a weigh-in of OpTic versus the Falcons there on the bomb site. And OpTic come out as the heavy...
No scrims today, no scrims today. Today's off day, chat. Off day for pro teams.
And they'll be
No, you're watching. Have fun.
Is white time and contested spawns the same? Yeah, it acts the same basically.
doing everything advantage before you like try to make a pure
Do you help with the Huntsman guys with any tips, or are they just based on their own team talks? I mean, I've talked to like Neum and just like introduced myself, but I haven't been able to actually work with them yet. It's hard because they scrim at the exact same times that we do, and my focus is like all on the pro team. Maybe I'll be able to help them with something, but for most of my like all my focus is on these guys, unfortunately, right now. But we'll see.
Game on. Shotzi's flank pays off. Continues to be a difficult thing to deal with.
Should take on the back scar spawns again. I talked about it before, but yeah, it kind of sucks, but
Who's going to be our first?
it's just we have to adapt to the game, so we just got to play it differently with how we did it.
To the goal line. First kill in, Hook gets
So yeah.
sweet. Mercury's not enough damage to get the kills, and the remaining.
Do I think it should be like that? No. But do I think we need to play it differently so that that shit doesn't happen? Yeah.
Goal, maybe. As we've cut
The game's the game. You just have to play it with it. Just because it doesn't really
Preds now on a run.
make sense as much doesn't mean that it's wrong because it's the game. I mean, you have to play to the game.
type of moment for OpTic. What do you want to do? Try to force it through the A zone. That normally feels like a nightmare, but now you got the lead blocker, Shotzi, the front man on the line, and even still, they want to go towards B. This is the type of decision.
Is Ant struggling in scrims? No.
The B side generally preferred.
Most of the scrims that you see, you can watch too. It was just this last week.
Too much happen here just yet.
And when was he struggling? He struggled in one map this weekend.
Across a lot of coverless opportunities to fly forward. The B zone a little bit easier to defend right now. Again, is this going to be one of the good side, bad side maps we see develop? Chelsea's flank.
In Colossus, do for P2 and P4, do you have to hard block all the way in the back? I notice if we're pushed up blocking the smaller rooms past P1, we get parallels. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Trades are good.
Depends on what your team's doing on the map.
Whatsoever. Falcons, quick recovery and fight forward.
Haven't went over the G2 series yet. Just curious what went wrong in map 1. Yeah, we'll get into it after this map.
Couple trades rolling through, but that's a delicate moment.
Just some dumb mistakes that we talked about and they capitalize on. They had 120 on P2s. Full hold those.
You try to let it reset. You've at least stabilized your spawn.
But yeah, we talked about it.
And if nobody's touching it, they want it to reset on the map and play 50-50, or they're figuring out what they want to do on the fly. In the meantime, Kisman in the middle of the map falls.
The opportunity now for the Falcons to get that drone forward, with the ball forward rather. Line up. Oh, great damage. Not enough for anything here. Good wall jump as well. And an avenue now to play towards the A side of OpTic's goal. Here we go. All the spawners are there for OpTic Texas. Finding these kills, absolutely crucial. Next wave is in. Good nade out of Exnid. One man left there for the goal, and it's going to be Dashi. Spawns are still.
It looked like the boys were getting joked on some kills map 1 and map 2 versus G2. Were you on bad servers? No, it's Dallas. Everyone's pinging the same shit.
Meanwhile, Shotzi's running worlds. He is 11-1 on his 6th spree, and finally the dam has broken. That's enough for the cap. We got standing inside of your spawn. So now the players are spawning towards the top, but for the Falcons, that's actually where you want to be. Of course, though, you're in a pinch. Feels like a nightmare.
How do you set the pace on overload as a team?
Towards B. Number 3 is there for the cuts. Number 7's behind you. This is where things.
It's a lot of trust and a lot of
Mercules doesn't take any damage.
just doing what you need to do off spawn. I mean, it's.
To OpTic's goal.
I'm not gonna give away like the shit that we do, obviously.
Minute 35 in the first.
But
Towards the B zone we now go.
you need trust in your teammates and you need to do the right shit off spawn. That's all I'll say.
But again, Falcons like to defend it from deep.
I think that I unironically think that game mode takes so much teamwork in.
Spread down the close left. A team nade, and that should be good for the second. Gets it through, and OpTic.
Like more teamwork than any of the game 3 modes that we've had in the last few years, like control or dom or whatever. Anything that we've had in CDL. I don't know about uplink because I never really coached uplink, so I don't really know what it took in terms of that. I just remember watching it, but this shit takes a lot of teamwork.
Once again, we're stacking towards this B goal. Fantastic nade work there from Kismet and Exnid. Again, it is a kill box.
He didn't seem to be on in his game in the 50K, so just wondering how scrims have been going for him. Yeah, it's been going fine. It's just
Need to grab this one out.
when you're waiting all day and you're there from 11 a.m. and then you have to play again at 12 a.m. It's not
To the middle map.
not his wheelhouse.
Finding himself a couple of good ones here. This is unreal work. Celium doing a nice bit of work there with the kill front. Dashi with huge damage. Able to get this next player. And you've got an opportunity to make a run for goal. 20 seconds to go. Could we see a third?
Well, he's got the device and he's got one of the best pistol shots in the league. This is what you want to have happen, but with 13 seconds, it would be miraculous if they pulled it off. And even Kismet gives you that first blood. Yeah, you cannot force this one through. OpTic happy for their 2-0 lead.
Sure, you saw, but they are looking to add a way to drop the ball in overload. That would be huge. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool to see. I think more so, I want the ball carrier to be able to pull out his knife. I think a lot more caps would happen if they could pull out their knife, knowing that they have the timing to get to somewhere. I think the fact that you can't even pull out your knife kind of annoys me. Like I'm fine with the pistol thing, but you should be able to pull out your knife if you know you can get to somewhere and not have a good fight.
To really get things going. And again, Charles, I feel like it might be a den specific sort of feeling. I think you talked about this previously.
Do I got to sub for you to answer my question? No, I'm actively avoiding your question because your question's weird. When do you start worrying in the camp if you aren't winning any matches after Major 1 or what? Depends on the team, depends on the camp, depends on the players. Depends on how you view the team. Are you viewing the team as a rebuild? Do you need to work on things? Is it a team of vets that should be able to make it work? You know, it's such a loaded question, and you never know. Dude, I don't know what other camps are thinking or doing. I'm just worried about our team, you know?
Coliseum helping buy some space through the middle of the map. OpTic now on the back foot, and they're flying towards B. And so is the ball. Here we go. EMP on the way. Spread up close and personal to the M15. Gets himself one. Can he catch another on a shot?
There's a glitch. You have to throw attack and keep your main gun. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's GA'd to do because teams found that out like day 1. I think it was YY as well. You can do YY and do it or something. AJ Kyles, appreciate the sub for 6 months. Thank you. Is Blackheart fixed yet? Not that I've seen. I assume it'll be fixed sometime this week, though. They only said this weekend it'll be unavailable, so we'll see.
We'll see how effective they can be on the attack from this side of the map. And so far, through the bottom line, towards the A goal, we're trying to make something happen here. On the
Do you know if challengers play during the pro holiday time, or is everyone on a break? I have no idea. I actually have zero clue.
The ball is still moving. EMP now on the way to B. Shosty makes the call. It's clear, mate. No, Kiz through middle. Catches it out and Pred. Good.
Is there a sports element you guys wanted to implement in the way you play Overload? You guys seem like the only team consistently getting lead blockers in front to cut the map off when wrapping. A little bit. But yeah. I mean, if possible, you never want to have the ball guy first. That's just like day 1 shit. Every team knows that. Whether they do it or not, that's another thing. But you kind of need the lead blocker.
Now we got topside spawn once again. Mercury's catching X in a really unfortunate moment. A couple of big kills on the players on spawn. That's going to be another goal. It's going to be 4-0. It's going to be 4-0.
Hi, first chat here. Sorry for the unserious question. If you had to send one of your players to 1v1 a bear in real life, which of your players do you have the confidence to achieve this task? Personally, I think Shotzi's savage movement skills will carry him through a 1v1. None of them. 1v1 a bear in real life? Are we joking? Is anyone 1v1ing a bear in real life? Is anyone in the league 1v1ing a bear in real life? Who do I have the confidence to 1v1 a bear? Dude, I do not know. Mace because he wrestled, maybe? Because he wrestled for like 10 years? That's all I could, bro. I have no idea. They might all get rocked. At least Mace wrestled. DB5, you got the dad strength maybe? Kismet got that? Yeah, if I took anyone from the league, it'd probably be Kismet. That dude is built like a bear, so maybe. Black bear possible? Yeah, that's true. What is it? Black fight back, brown laid down, white and you're just dead. You think G2 won map 1 solely because they get to watch OpTic VOD? No. I think we made mistakes. And they capitalized on it. And they held P2s really well. Got 120 on it. White and you'll see the light. I like that. White, good night. Okay, I think that's the one I've heard.
Great work now. Numbers are up now for the Falcons. An opportunity to backpedal towards B. Grab the EMP. His head down. We're on the board with 50 to go.
Hey, they got their one. That's all you need. Of course, though, it takes 10 seconds for that EMP device to respawn on the map, so they're gonna have to.
The one thing I would like to change for this map is pushing the A point up. I think the A point, having this extra cross for defenses to be able to see this is really hard to cap. Maybe if they placed it like here. The fact is, dude, I want to see how many points were scored on A point on this side the entire weekend. I bet you it's like 1 or 0. We never scored on this point. I don't think we gave up a point on that point. It's so hard on like attacking this side when you like are kind of forced to this one because it's so hard to cap on this one. There's specific scenarios where you can cap, don't get me wrong, but it's very, very difficult. You don't really see caps going on that A point. I also, this is just a nitpick, I also would like them to call it like A, B, C, and D, because saying B point and then having to make sure we're talking about the right one kind of gets annoying side to side, but it's not a big deal. Like instead of saying, oh, they're going to cap a B point, it's like, oh, we're going to cap on B point on Dojo side or whatever, you know what I mean? But that's just a nitpick. It's not a big deal. Do I like the pistol update? I don't think it changes much. I think I'm fine with it. I don't think it was such a necessary thing, but also it doesn't really hurt the game. You guys call the point C and D yourselves? No, we don't. We just call it like Gen point, Dojo point, Tree point, or we say A and B, and if we're on that side specifically. It was a good series though. All right, we'll get into the G2 one. Let me go to the bathroom first. I'll be right back though. We'll get this continued. We're back. Yeah, unless you get 2 full waves. I assume you're talking about capping on that other point. Yeah, you basically have to get an extra wave if you're gonna cap on that point towards a P2 on Den. Have you ever had a major disagreement with another coach that nearly got weird? No. I mean, I've had players disagree with each other, but I don't think I've ever gotten into one where it got to a point where it was like insane. No. I usually try to settle out anything that might be a disagreement before it gets fucking insane, you know?
But the true question for me, Al, is the way that Astro and Crip have been playing recently with their SMGs, can they keep it up versus this?
Fat ass question? No, I mean, that's just team dynamic question. It's not such a big deal.
There was that look on this map earlier today with the Falcons.
I was like, bro, he's got him hostage already. What the fuck? 10 seconds in.
And Kreb, Skies both gonna fall, and a statement has already been made early. No hesitations. OpTic saying we're gonna take you at every single.
Something like this. Like, this is a situation. He gets the hostage kill. We get in a situation where we get basically 4 dead. And we talked about this with Ant, but like, Ant has to do something different here. Because they get 1 kill and they're able to run up on the hill and then get control of it. Like, that should never happen. That was like one of the mistakes. Like, we should be able to capitalize a lot more on that 4 dead. And because of that, they get it over to P2 earlier. And again, I talked about this earlier, but P2 very, very difficult to break, especially if you're playing it the right way. All you need to do is basically have one person watching the pinch. You play around these boxes, play around the top, what do you call it? The wall. Like, we call it dark, but like this dark wall here. You play around this gen area too. You might get naded and tacked. You have to be really good with your tacks on this hill. If you do get pushed up to their side, you can play the little credit corner here. It's very difficult to break if the other team's playing it well, playing the trades. So they hold like this whole hill, and then the second one they hold the full one as well because of what we did. No, I thought that was a fine question, Nemly. Don't worry about it. Just some insight that you don't really get from other people. I feel like everyone's so used to you guys winning that's why everyone overreacts off 1L. Bro, we dealt with the 0-18 last year. Nothing will phase me. Add an option to drop the device. Thoughts? I think they're working on it.
Over the second hard point. Astral's going to soak up that final bit of time. Looks like Mamba's going to join him here, though, to possibly maybe try to combat this OpTic setup from multiple angles. They actually get Mercules to spawn behind P2, so an opportunity here for G2 to move quickly. But now the pinch is underway. Merc's going to find a freebie, and G2 will be pushed away back to mid-map.
Yeah, I love the way that G2 were trying to set that up. Obviously, you want to put pressure on every single side to spawn them a certain way so that you can set up that pinch and find an early break. But when you find success on the backside, you're too slow on the opposite.
That's another thing you hear. You hear the, what is it, like a challenge? It's like a challenge or prestige audio, like the guitar riff.
When you find success on the backside, you're too slow.
You hear that all the time in Codcaster. You would never hear that shit before. You need to pull out your knife and overload? Yes. Pulling out your knife and overload should be like one of the ASAP fixes, in my opinion. The fact that you're stuck with a pistol and you can't even use the knife to get to a timing when you know you have it, I don't really particularly care for that. That should be a skill gap to know when you pull your knife out. You'll see, there was a lot of times where we kind of just make them spawn everywhere. It's not really as controlled as it should be at all. So, yeah, we talked about that after.
Now the score line is only going to get worse for the green wall. You got to break your way through broken plane and right center of the middle of the map. You need to win a couple of gunfights. Thankfully, you got a Mercules who's able to line up a double.
Yo, are you doing a comp video as my comp team needs it? Oh shit, yeah, I probably should. Actually, maybe what we'll do after this is just go through all the comms real quick. All of the new maps. I won't do like raid. Everyone fucking knows the comms for raid already.
But at least holds off the potential for G2 to hit this scrap time with any sort of significant force. A couple of kills over the middle of the map in on transition back over towards the north side of the minimap.
Yeah, they hit some near perfect pinches on this map. Dude, we gave them some perfect pinches too. literally spawning people behind us.
30 points and have a chance to try to
What maps for your veto? This series we vetoed. Oh, we vetoed double Kremplossus. We were not trying to play Kremp on Kremplossus, give him his home field advantage.
Timing, but Krebs gets the better of him there. 2 make it 3 dead in the feed. Even though G2 are trapped towards the backside of green, you know that all of OpTic have to break through the front side. We just got to get someone in towards Deli.
Chachi really fucking loves Overload. Yeah, I mean, we just like it as a team. We're playing it well. We kind of have a good grasp on it now, but like I said before, I think teams are just going to kind of see what we're doing on it and try and replicate it. And that's where we have to play a little bit differently and adapt off of it. No scrims today, Jamil. For Overload score extraction, are you doing raw OCR stuff off the scoreboard UI, or do you have a template-based region comp or crop with confidence in thresholds to avoid false positive from a HUD motion blur? I do template-based matching for my OCR stuff. I do that for all of the score-based stuff. Anything that's on the screen right now is kind of template-based matched to a certain extent. There's some other stuff that's not template-based or template-based, but score stuff, detecting when maps start, detecting when like a scoreboard pops up at the end of the game, detecting when the halftime has happened, that's all template match. It's just much easier in my opinion with the template match stuff because it never changes. Unless the game and developer changes it, for the most part it stays continuous the entire year. So at the beginning of years or the beginning of seasons, I kind of have to go through and retool everything because sometimes codcaster change or how the game looks changes. But yeah, this is where we fucked up. We had a controlled situation, 4 dead, they're all spawning behind us, spawning back green, and Mace and Ant both push up thinking that they can take extra space, and we don't need to do that. Like Kyler's hard blocking here, both of these guys die. Now they're going to be able to get towards P2 first, and P2 is just whoever gets there first, straight up. That's just how the hill works. This fucks up the rotation for us. This ends up being white time for something that we should have been able to get over to, and they end up holding this and probably getting, you know, a good 100 points on P2 for this game. I think that was the difference maker. That play where we kind of go a little bit too much, or yeah, we talked about it after and what Ant was doing and what Mason was doing, but we kind of need to just be more controlled here to go into the P2. So what should they have done? Just chill, kind of play towards P2, and you can get into like front broken or like get up to like the wood over here, but you can't be pushing out all the way over here, because if you die then we're fucked, because we had Kyler hard blocking over here. Or you play for that side and everyone just goes. But the fact is Kyler was already back blue here and he was trying to like make it so that it was stable and they weren't spawning behind us. Is it not better to flip out that spawn though, or is there preferred P2? So that's kind of what I was saying. You either play for it or you don't play for it, but you don't do half and half where 2 people are aping it and then 1 person's hard blocking. I think personally, I think there is a preferred side for P2, but I think if you play it right, you can hold it from either side. And the way we played it was not the way we should have been playing it. Well, yeah, that was like that was the first one that I brought up. I was like, this play can not happen. For 4 dead, and then we're doing that is like, we're just doing way too much. I think that's kind of what blew everything out of the water. Like it turned into a game where we could really take back the league with the P2, and then try and break the P3, versus they've now gotten 100 points strictly based off holding P2, and they can soak the fuck out of it if they play well trade-wise.
How about the grittiness from G2 Minnesota continuing to keep this furious fast pace, and it's got
Is Raid coming back? I don't think so. For Hardpoint, no. I would assume not. Search, I think it'll stay in until we get a good map, but dude, I think I don't even know if it's the first map taken out. I think Colossus Search plays really poorly, personally.
But these guys have all been like system players throughout their career. You put that together, especially with early grinding as a team. This is what it
I also think I was really high on Scar Search too, but now that I realize how unviable this B bomb site is, they gotta like do something with this B bomb site because I think it has so much potential. The problem is that A is so favorable because of how deep B is. I don't know if they can move it up, but it's just such an awkward position if they moved it to like the plane that I'm not sure where you would put it so that it's still defensively sided. So I'm not sure. Bomb should be, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it has to be pushed up somewhere like here, but I don't know what, like if you put it low, it's an awkward as fuck. Like what do you put it next to the plane? Like here, I guess. I think that's the best case scenario because right now with it being P5, it's way too unviable. It sucks because I feel like this could be a really good search map, but that just needs to change for it to be more viable.
nothing with this final 30 seconds, but G2 are just in the driver's seat.
Yeah, this back 20 very important for OpTic. This game
Under the overpass, yeah, I was thinking it, but I feel like under the overpass feels very awkward. But I don't know. It has to be somewhere there. Anywhere over there is going to be better than P5, personally.
numbers move across the map. Good win initial from Shotzzy.
Trying to think. Because like right now it's, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you put it like over here or like underneath the overpass. Like one of these two has to be where you put it. Yeah, so I was saying like you have to do a mid cut, but it has to be like behind this barricade so that you can't like see it from mid as easily. So maybe like over here or something. Like I think it can't be seen from mid, so yeah, maybe again behind that barricade. I think that would be cool. Something like tucked over tucked like over here or something where you can't be seen from mid with the barricade. And I guess you'd have to like play for the other team's side because if you wouldn't be able to see it from a boat or anything like that, you kind of still have to get pushed up to the plane heady. One of those two, regardless, it has to be pushed. It has to be pushed up for offense. Yeah, so this is the spawn. I think it's just not recognizing it as us in this part of the map. I think if we had to critique, if Ant plays Hill on the back left, this is so nitpicky because like in the moment you're not thinking this is gonna happen. I think that blocks it. Other thing is Kyler's gonna spawn here. Once he spawns here, he should know that something's fucked happening and there should be a guy left. I think he even looks for the gunfight, but it just sucks because you get the 4 down and you're just like, you're not reading that that's going to happen. You're just expecting that with the hill control. And we're not even like, I mean, I guess 3 is pushed out. Maybe if Mace went to green, I don't know. But Kyler should know. Like, Kyler didn't even look for the gunfight. He should probably know that something's fucked is happening because he spawns there and not the back left. But yeah. Very hard to read in the moment. You're thinking as Ants on like our, like I don't even say our side because it technically wasn't our side, but Ants in the hill. We have a guy that just spawned up. Where did Mason spawn up? He spawned at the 18, right? Oh no, he didn't. He spawned back left. Or no, he just came off of killing this guy Jens. Okay. So yeah, he didn't get any spawn. Or like we wait. He waits here for a second until the Kremp spawn comes up. Kyler spawns back left, and then we're good. I don't know. It's very, very nitpicky. You kind of just have to be aware of it as where you're playing on hill. I think the easiest fix to it is Ant on time, just like plays back here, looks here for a second until Kremp spawns, and then we play for the front. That feels like it's the easiest fix. We never really got into that scenario where we got all 4 kills, we're on hill, and we're thinking that they're just going to spawn out. But you learn from it. Wait, how did 8 spawn there? It's just not detecting us as that in that part of the map. That's what I'm saying. I feel like Ant on hill has to like play on time and look his back. Block it for like a second until Kremp spawns, and then like line of sight block it maybe or something.
Just getting closer and closer to
We have to
taking map 1.
test it out, see what the limits are for that.
Timing for a 4 down and a hellstorm just
Cause doesn't it happen here? Wait, how does
yeah, that is just deadly timing for a 4 down and a hellstorm just
so like in this scenario, why does
yeah, that is just deadly timing for a 4 down.
why does one get this spawn and not the one that Kyler got over here? If this guy is like over here pressuring.
And a hellstorm just
Hill time. In hill, I guess. I mean, I'm not tweaking about the spawn. That was not even like, it was the other mistakes that kind of led up to that. That was just like unfortunate, but there's nothing we can do. Again, we talked about how we can play it, but that's not like, that's not really going to happen a lot of times. That's not something where we really fucked up doing. It's more so that P1 to P2 thing, I think. Did I cut audio? Did they cut the casters here? You and Karma ever argue? Not really, no. I shouldn't even say not really. I would say basically never. I mean, we have conversations where I might think one thing and he might think another thing, but it's not like we'll settle it, or I'll say, yeah, I think actually you're right or whatever. But it's never an argument.
the deficit too large to overcome today, Jay.
Yeah, it was just way too slow of a start right there for OpTic, especially around
Are teams allowed to have notes on stage like other esports? Great question. I was under the impression we could, and then champs came around and I gave Ant some note cards, MW3 champs on some strat stuff that we'd worked on, and they had no problem with it. And then I gave them note cards again at this champs, and they told them that they couldn't have notes on stage. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was never told this. So I guess not anymore. So that's why I kind of drill things in the intermission part, which kind of sucks, but I don't see why handwritten notes are a bad thing or shouldn't be allowed. I never really got a response from that.
you have all the map control, but then the one opportunity to let G2 out, that's when they were able to capitalize on it. And it's so hard to keep track of when they are in flow, because you get a full 60. Now you have OpTic playing on the back foot, always playing catch up, but they have to play perfect because they're not winning their timing fights. Every single time for G2, there was no hesitation on certain plays. The way that Prem, the way that Esther played, and even Mamba at certain points was hitting pinches, knowing that this is the window that we needed, and I was able to capitalize on it perfectly.
How'd you get into being analyst for Call of Duty? Just a smart mega fan that led to a job? Kinda, yeah. I mean, I started doing stats-based stuff and analytical stuff in Ghosts, and I kind of just made a name for myself in the scene. Got really lucky because MLG headquarters were in New York, so I kind of interned there during like college winter and summer break. Went to some events, got my name out there, and eventually in 2019 I got an offer to work with the team for CDL.
Opposite side reveals that there is a member for OpTic playing somewhere towards kitchen, if not maybe even in middle, which is the case. Shotzi playing forward has not been seen yet by Estriel. A couple of stray shots and a cooked up nade goes Dashy's direction, and it will connect, but not enough to find the kill. Estriel now in trouble, trying to back away. Shotzi's on the hunt, but no, gets pushed down. And on the flip side, Crip finds another onto Dashy that opens up.
Are we allowed to stream scrims yet, or are they still asking y'all not to? I think we're allowed to stream this week. I wouldn't see why not. They said just last week because of the new content with the patch. Staying on for Huntsman scrims today? Probably not. Just because it's my day off. I'd like to take my day off, but we'll see.
B was wide open. We might just want to get this projected down on the opposite side, but time's ticking.
Yeah, now that they worry about this rotation coming through kitchen, but
They saw him.
OpTic has not.
AJP, what happens if a sniper dies by friendly fire by his teammate? Great question.
Yeah, that's enough for
That is a very edge case that I've not heard before.
down as Merc gets the read.
I actually don't know what happens. I think you just can't use it. I mean, that's friendly fire. You just died, dude. Like,
Well, that's good plays right there from OpTic.
I think that counts as a life
Shotzi tried to be the playmaker,
fight, I guess.
with Esther being one one shot to push down water steps to
Did you go over the spawns of the Scar Hardpoint? Yeah.
Gets taken down, Mercury's able to respond to instantly make it a 3.
It's a stupid song, but it makes sense. It's just something it's very hard to read in the moment. You're just thinking it's being blocked, but it's not, I guess. What did I go to school for? I went to school for labor relations because I assumed I was going to go to law school.
You just get caught by OpTic. They force it into a 2v2, able to spot Skies going into
I'm going to lower this game a little bit.
I always win some insane gunfights. OpTic 1-0. Doesn't matter the year, and based on the off-season events, doesn't seem to matter what title of COD we're playing.
Have you ever heard anything about the changes coming to Blackheart? I don't know if they're changes or necessarily it's just bugged or something with it is bugged. I'd be interesting to see what the changes are if there are actually changes. We only play Miami this week and go for a break for a couple weeks, right? Yeah. Just Miami this week. I don't know. Is it Saturday or Sunday, chat? I have to look. But I know we don't play Friday and we only have one match this week. And then we're off for like 3 weeks. I'll probably head home next week. Saturday? Heard. Hey, appreciate that, Maiku. Saturday, 3:30. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. By any chance, are you going to make another call-outs video that really helped me last year? Was wondering about it this year. I'm going to do that after the VOD session. I'm going to do it live with you guys because someone asked and I realized I never did it. And honestly, editing the video and doing all that stuff takes so much time. I'd rather just stream it and do it for you guys. And maybe I'll upload it right after or something. I'll do the new maps. I'm not going to do raid obviously because raid is raid. Everyone knows the callouts for that. My eyes are not the greatest. Is there a way to live screen cap the minimap? What do you mean? This is the live screen. I mean, I made the minimap bigger. Is that what you meant? I'm just enlarging the minimap. Are the new monitors still 24-inch? Great question. I think so. But I'm not 100%. That's a player question because they're on that monitor every day. Do you think they'll add a right lane to mid on Den? I don't know. The more I play it, I still think it plays well regardless. So it's not a big deal. I think if they don't add it, I think it's still a good map or like a really good map for all 3 game modes. What do you think happened? The Hardpoint GTA came out with the energy. We just watched it. I talked a little bit about it. Some mistakes on our end that they capitalized, and they full soaked the 2 P2s for like 100 points. That kind of everything kind of stemmed from that. A lot of situations where we're kind of spawning them everywhere, and not making it easy for ourselves, not making it controlled. I don't know how Mason gets away with this. I'm not gonna lie. I respect the play, but I have no idea how they're not checking this. I mean, Caesar checks it. He's not see him here. I just assumed he'd see him. Ant fucked up smoke up, I think. Dude, this was so lucky. How did Caesar just have the intuition that this guy is just here? That's good intuition. He was just trying to get out of there. He pulled out his pistol and pistol whipped Ant. Why can't new maps be added to the pool before Major 1 when there's a 3-week break when they can be scrimmed and tested? Great question. We had Hossie last year added in. I don't know why it changed this year though. Not a team question. That is a league question. Wall hacks probably. Yeah, you might be onto something. I actually think Kyler wins this if they don't see him right away from pillars. I thought his spot was really good. Let me see. How does this guy see him? He might have just got like his red name gamer tag or something. Mamba. Wow, that's crazy. I actually think he wins that. I like the spot. Do you coaches get league PCs or you guys use personal? I use my personal at home, but I have one at the office because they give us 6. So they give us like 2 extras. So me and Damon just use the 2 extras until they're actually needed. They're technically like sub PCs in case we need an emergency sub or we need to switch out, obviously, in case one of them gets fucked. Day off today? Yeah, today's day off. Monday is day off for pro teams. Could we stream tomorrow? Believe it's Toronto and Vancouver. Are coaches happy with the team showing opening weekend? I'm happy. I mean, there was some stuff we need to fix, obviously, but that's just going to be every day-to-day COD thing. I think we were consistent with what we were doing. This was our first real rep on raid. We did have to rely on Mason to clutch 2 1v2s, but for a map that we haven't played in a match yet, or in like any real setting, that wasn't that bad. Could be better though. Do I believe in the back-to-back-to-back? Take one guess. What do you think about New Jersey's? My favorite in the last 3 years? I actually fuck with the jerseys heavy. I think they're really cool. Have they updated the map on exposure where the lane they closed up still shows on the mini map? No, whatever you see is what we see. Until they get a hotfix, maybe this week, hopefully. So I mean, they're gonna have to hotfix to give us Blackheart back. So maybe that's in the new hotfix too. Because they added. I mean, we'll see in the map 4, but they added the room, so they added onto the mini map. They just forgot to close off the pipes cut. Yeah, we're still doing the switch teams thing. That bug needs to get fixed too. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is Krempa. Wait, this is the one he took Brandon's, right? I assume he took him after he killed him Zig. Yeah. So he picks up Brandon's weapon. Or Brandon's snipe. He gets the final kill with it too. They did a hotfix for casters, but can't hotfix the kills not showing an SD team switching. What do you mean a hotfix for casters? I mean, the hotfix for casters was necessary because the game wouldn't even fucking load. We couldn't be played. At least this is gonna be played. That hotfix thing during the moment or during the day 1 needed to be fixed. That's like unnecessary, or else the game is literally not being played. This we can at least work around, you know. Don't get me wrong. I don't think either of them should be in the game, but one's playable, one is not, you know. And we don't know how hard one of them is compared to the other. Is the sniper rule just for one player, or can any of the players use a sniper? If I figure if Dashy loses his 2 lives, then another player pulls a sniper out. No, it's just for one player. But I didn't think about that. Can you? I wonder. I assume you have to use the same player. I haven't actually looked at the rule for the with the rep chat, but I don't know if it's like Brandon can use one and Ant can use one, right? If they wanted to. I didn't think about that. That's interesting. I assume you have to use the same person, like a designated person. That's a good question. I don't even know that answer. Is it harder to coach a player to being more aggressive or passive? Aggressive. If someone's already aggressive, it's much easier to... Again, I'd rather them be taking risks and building up tempo than doing nothing on the map. But there's a place for both. It's just right now, nowadays, and nowadays COD, how COD plays out, you just need tempo. What's up, JP? Would you agree Overlord is fun to watch as a viewer than Control? Yeah, I like watching it better. How are the spawns feeling in the game compared to others at release? I mean, the spawn logic and stuff is exactly the same as last year, basically. I think there's some weird stuff with overload spawns, but maybe it's we haven't really like fully figured it out yet. But hardpoint spawns are the exact same logic. It just plays weird sometimes with how the hills are, so. We talked about the Scar one, but the logic of the stuff is all the same from last year. Have they fixed the overload OT UAV glitch yet? So apparently in the CDL build that the casters or the observers are using, they can change that setting. But for the one we're playing on, I don't have that advanced tab where I can turn it off. So when we were scrimming, we had the UAV thing. I don't think when they were playing, so I'd have to ask the LAT or FaZe guys. I think they were the only ones that go to overtime. I don't think they had UAV. I'd have to ask Ken or someone on one of those teams. I think someone was saying, or someone had asked them, and they said that they didn't have the UAV. So I think in the actual match that they're playing, they're able to turn it off. So I got to figure out why we're not able to. They said no on stream. Okay, so then something is different with how we're able to set up lobbies versus them. Because I legit don't have that advanced tab on the rules stuff when I unlock the rules. Were you an OBJ or Slayer back in the day? Neither. I didn't really play. But I would be more objective oriented. I'm a more of a selfless play style. I'm just going in. Going on the point, planting the bomb, you know what it is? Are you guys using CDL overload or just overload? We're using CDL overload and we're unlocking the rules. Probably should just do regular overload and edit it. Wait, Prosper, what are you guys doing? Are you doing regular overload and just changing all this stuff? Because we might as well just do that if that's going to be the case then. And CDL was just plain overload. Fuck, we should just do that then. Okay, so that's good info. Cause wait, when you go to CDL Prosper, do you have the advanced tab where you can change the sudden death like that? Cause I don't. When I go to CDL overload, I have no advanced tab where I can't do any of the overload specific settings, if that makes sense. Dude, something happens in a 1v2 where they're just tweaking against Mason, I guess. Base played this perfectly. Prosper, let me know, because I don't know why we don't have that tab. I'm straight up just gonna do regular overload if that's the case. If you guys use regular overload and change the settings, I'm just gonna do that. Feels just so much easier. Or a diff, yeah, straight up. CL mode locks advanced tab. See, that's what I don't get though. Because we could unlock the rules, but I don't have the tab to begin with, even if I wanted to unlock the rules. Because you need to unlock the rules so that you can put on team assignment, which is needed for this glitch, obviously. It's not in the CDL preset, is in default overload. Yeah, exactly. So at least it works the same as your build. We just need to use regular overload then. That's good info. Because we were playing on CDL overload, just assuming that that's what you guys were going to use. But that's good info. What's good? Why hold shift? It's good shift. This is just classic raid plan A, push their side. Probably should have done this in that other 3v2, just playing for our side, like the laundry side. But I forget who it was. They called to wrap. That kind of led to the Merc 1v2, but we talked about it after. What's your biggest takeaway from opening matches for our team or for just in general? I think we have a really good grasp on overload. I think teams are going to start watching our VOD and start trying to do the same thing we're doing. So we might have to adapt a little bit, but I think the way we're playing right now is really good. I just know teams are going to just try and replicate it. But I do think this mode takes a lot of teamwork and trust. So it's not going to be as easy as just watching our VOD and doing the same shit. I think Hardpoint, we played Hardpoint pretty well except for like that Scar Hardpoint obviously yesterday. We talked about it, but just making situations that are controlled and not chaotic. That just leads to those 2P2s that we talked about where they scored like 100 points. Who's the smartest player you coached? Ant, Ken are like my top two. Krim, Clay, Lamar. They're all smart. I would say Ant and Ken are 1 and 2. I don't know who I would put first though. I wasn't saying Ken, but after like last year, the way that like Ant was thinking about the game and just even this year has changed my viewpoint. I really like the way Ant thinks about the game. That doesn't mean Ken isn't like. I think Ken is really fucking smart too. I think Ken and Ant usually look at it pretty similarly. There was just some scenarios last year where it kind of differed, but for the most part, they look at the same way. Falcons have such a weird dynamic. Pred is thriving, but his teammates are suffering. I don't really get what that means. The team is 0-2. I don't think anyone's thriving. I think if you ask AG, I don't think you would say he's thriving. There's a moment at the end where you guys had to mid cut. You have cut mid and had a free route to B. I'm surprised y'all didn't. At the end of the game or end of like here? As in player wise, I hate KD watching. He looks the most comfortable, I guess, but IDK. Don't KD watch. Very simple. Kismet looks hella uncomfortable though. I think Scum said it also. I think the whole team looks uncomfortable. Just because you have a positive KD doesn't mean it's not super uncomfortable for the entire team. People look at individual players too much and not the entire team as a whole. Yeah, I did shift. Appreciate it. How do you feel about Boston JP? They kind of look nice this weekend. Obviously, it was only one match. I think they're like my dark horse for this year. I think them and G2 could have a potential for like upsets and stuff for sure. I think they were like pretty decent, and then obviously adding Nasty, who I think is a good player. I think they'll be a dark horse this year. See, like this, dude. We're cutting it to B instead of spawning like back A, they spawn middle and have the cross instantly. It has to do with, I mean, I have theories about this stuff, but I don't know, I gotta see more of it. Because look at where 8 spawns. If they spawn where 8 spawned, then it's much different. And he gets over to short and caps B, rather than them just getting the cross off of spawn while they're spawning default. Was Hook being in P2 blocking that? Yeah, that was kind of my theory of what happened. Yep. See, I didn't want to get into my theory, but Prosper asked, and that's what I was thinking, dude. I don't even know how you would game plan for OT in this game mode. I mean, it's just adapt to the situation and just play together. I don't know. It's very, very difficult. I think it should reset and you just go 4v4. I don't think it should continue from literally as it ends, personally. Could you see AG or Xnit possibly move to a flex role and Kiz back to a sub? Probably. I'm surprised that wasn't what happened to begin with. Or what the roles were to start. I feel like map 1 needs to be looked at. They got pinched 37 times without reading one. Maybe because we were causing it. People were like, dude, people keep saying, I don't know, did someone on like the flank or something say that Minnesota was pinching a lot? Like they were pinching somewhat, but like, dude, half of the pinches were things that we caused them to spawn behind us and like pinch us. I don't know why people keep saying that. There's like 3 different times where we pushed out, spawned them behind us, and now they have a free pinch. Not because they pinched, but because we gave them the spawn. And we fucked up. This play was insane. I was watching Mace's screen for this. Bro, the first kill and then the slice, and you just hear the slice and he comes back and gets the third. That shit was dirty. We play this map really well, though. Right, but during the break, gotta run some TFT if you have some off time. Maybe I'll bring back the TFT streams. I just like streaming the VOD stuff more. TFT is more just downtime where I'm not. I just have my brain turned off to almost non-entertainment mode, you know. The new set is very fun though. I've been hooked on the new set. How does one get faster at picking up and reading the pinches, counting the feed, and predicting the timing by practicing in 4v4s? Yeah, both. Counting the feed, figuring out when you're missing one person. Also just like feeling the map. I mean, it's very hard as a player. It's kind of like you just need to get more reps of it, but it's like it's just a little bit quiet and they're waiting for the guy on the pinch to make a play. It's probably just a reps thing of just knowing what might be happening on the map based on what you're seeing as a team. What's your peak rank going to be this year? I'm gonna try and get back to diamond and maybe past diamond. I hit diamond not last set, but the set 14. Set 15, I got to emerald and I just chalked it. I despised that set. I was just so bored of it. Started playing regular league, but this set I'll try and get back to diamond. Last set was so shit. Tell me about it, dude. I only played it for like the first month. The next 2 months, I straight up just played League. I was so bored of it. I thought it was awful. Where was looking like the top 3 streams from Scrim so far? LAT, Paris, Toronto, FaZe. I don't know if I would consider. I think those are like my top 4. It's hard to like pick out a top 3 from that 4. That's what Ant said at Sep Koi. Yeah, it was a little hard because we scrimmed Koi almost or a lot fewer times than the others. I think only one time we scrimmed Koi, but we scrim I'm pretty sure tomorrow. It's a little different because they're one of the only teams that we don't play Dallas on. I think we play on like Iowa or some shit. Or St. Louis, one of those servers. Because they're one of the only teams that aren't Dallas. Okay, it's after 5 dies, go back. Here? Oh, here, honestly, the play call here was just literally play for kills. We're up 3-0, it's 45 seconds, literally just play for kills. I mean, obviously we could have wrapped it. We were literally just like waste the clock. So, yeah, that's what happened there. I think they got to do something about this downtime. There's going to be a lot of times where just the last minute of gameplay is just useless, stat padding. So, yeah, the play call over there was just literally just play kills, play keep away. I can assure you, if that was actual, like if that was the first half, we would play that differently. It's just you're basically playing to the scenario you're in. We're up 3-0 with 45 seconds left, and we literally can just post up. And this exposure Hardpoint was a masterclass. Brendan had a fucking map. He was ripping this map. We're really good at these P1s. I think the second P1 we held a lot of time on. Has to have some sort of comeback mechanic, whether it's clock stop or EMP pickup or whatever. Yeah, some type of comeback mechanic is kind of necessary, I think. It would make the ending of every map at least still somewhat watchable. Because right now, dude, we were up a minute and I went to just watch the VOD. I started watching the VOD of it. Because I was like, the useless time. Hey, appreciate that, Kinder. How are you magnifying the minimap? I'm literally just taking the same screen capture, but just adjusting it and cropping it, and making it a little bit bigger. It's not so hard. You're just doing OBS. It's pretty easy in OBS. You just add another screen capture. Wait, oh, I didn't even think about this. This is a much longer map. Maybe, it still captures everything basically. Still works out. Are you able to check my question when you get a chance? As a CS grad, I must ask, could you break down what your program for coaching does? Also, is there a public repo for it? Unfortunately, no public repo. It's just confidential work shit. But a lot of my work, I mean, a lot of the stuff is a lot of just OCR data capture. Like basically capturing anything that you see on the screen to use as data. And then I have a program, JavaScript, that kind of is like a dashboard for us for all of that type of stuff, to help with VOD, to help with all the stat stuff, to help with anything that we might need. That's kind of the basis of it. I use a Django, Python, JS type of site. If you fuck you, Mace. Yo, what's good, Perk? I literally turned to my left. He said, "What are you saying, nerd?" I can even fucking hear his voice. Chad, I told this story earlier, but this dude thought his controller was broke and fucking go puffed a Staples PS5 controller and was about to use it in a match. How crazy is that? And he's actually using it now. Go puff Staples controller. This guy's crazy. What OCR library do you use? I just use OpenCV. And I use Easy OCR for like any text type of stuff. But a lot of template matching, because it's kind of consistent in video games. It's not really dynamic. So it kind of just is very easy template matching. So does COD/Activision not provide an API for match/data info? Yeah, they don't. They used to. But your boy is just capturing all the data he can get himself. Would make the job a lot easier, but fuck it. Fuck it then. As long as they keep giving me the VODs like they have been, I'm fine with it. Just a little bit more work. It's just annoying to me because I know all the shit that they could be giving. There's so much, it's just an effort thing on their end, I guess. See, oh, this is what I was talking about, chat. So obviously they didn't update the minimap with the pipes cut, but they did add the room. So it wasn't like they completely ignored it. I think they just forgot to close off the pipes cut. A Turkish Baggio. Appreciate the 5 gifted. Big 5 gifted by Turkish Baggio. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I know it's not comp, but did Toshin get an update also? Yeah, it actually did get an update. Who was I talking to? I think it was Kyler that was like, yo, this could actually work for S&D now, but I don't know if we'll test it until after stage 1. Nades aren't saying that this game might be the meta the whole year. It actually is. It's, I mean, with the meta of how overclocks are and using overclocks on tack, and the fact that you can have flak and tack on the same class, which I think should be allowed if you're just going to give up lightweight. I feel like that's a decent trade-off. Like you're going to remove lightweight to run just a flak tack class. With these overclock nades, I don't think that's bad. But also, yeah, overclock nades are insane. Or overclock stuns. Dude, overclock stuns are crazy. Yeah, Apple season, dude. That overclock stuns are, bro. You're not playing the game for like 3 seconds straight up. What's your best guess as to when rank comes out? Great question. I would say probably. I mean, based on how other games have done it, probably end of January, beginning of February. That sounds like that's the safest bet. Bet. Good luck trying to cop an overload with no tack. Bro, Mason hates the ball, chat. Can we talk about that? Mason hates the ball. He's a lead lineman, bro. We got Mace motherfucking Jason Kelsey here blocking for everyone. So do you extract the data from the VOD with software that reads kill feed stats, etc.? Yeah. Has the Maddox already been GA'd? That's a rep chat question. No idea. I would assume so, but I'm not sure. Did you create it yourself? Yeah. Took a long time. Well, it took a pretty long amount of time, and then I just keep adding on to it. The problem is that the Codcaster or the game kind of changes each year, so I do have to update it the first like 2 weeks every year. You get stunned and turn into Rogers mobility. Bro's in the pocket with a torn Achilles while he's stunned. Use AI for some stuff, but like in general, yeah, I use like some ChatGPT Copilot stuff just to help me out, but like just for ease of access. There's just a lot of shit that breaks anyways, but in terms of just efficiency, quickness, yeah, I use that shit. Fuck yeah. The problem is it's never really like super accurate for what I want to do because it's a pretty complicated thing. So it does take some time and some raging at the LLMs, but eventually get it to work. Really good map though. Good series. Obviously talked about the Scar stuff with them after we talked as a team. Wait, go back. What's up? What's up, Mace? Bro, yo, Mace is a little fucking Brandon mini-me, dude. Look at this. Brandon does the little fist bump. 2 seconds later. Massive bump ups. Yo, he's learning from his AR duo, dude. He wants to be like Brandon so much. He wants to be like Splash. Big bump ups. All right, chat. We'll do the call outs real quick. You guys wanted to do call outs? Shit. Hopefully I remember everything. There's some stuff that we haven't really gone over, like little random spots on the map, like back exposure. We're literally just calling it like fucking back depths and shit, but We'll do the main ones. If they are Batman and Robin, JP has to be Albert though. You mean Alfred? Who the fuck's Albert? I think you meant Alfred. And I'll tip it. I'll be Alfred. Fuck my bad, I'm high. I hear that. All right, I'm loading up the game chat. Let's get these. Let's get these comms going. Oh, I gotta plug in. The game with a life cycle of about 9 months, releases rank play a third of the way through. Jesus, yeah, great insight. Unfortunately, that is the case. Is my controller not connected? No, it isn't. Do you have a dev/engineering background? No. Kind of all the stuff that I've done is self-taught. Couple courses in college, but that was it. What products you be putting in your hair? Sea salt spray. And the biggest thing, bro, I only shampoo like twice a week. Over shampooing your hair can fuck up your hair bad. I still wash it every day, obviously, but only shampoo it like twice a week. That's actually made my hair a lot more healthier. Alright, what should we start with? Scar? Let's do Scar. We'll just run for 10 minutes. Actually, I'll make it longer just in case. What are we about to do? Some people have been asking about callouts, so I'll just go over what callouts we're using for everything. And honestly, there's still some stuff that we haven't really put names to, but these are like the big general ones. Oh, I'm mouse locked. Wait, what is? Dude, I'm on the coach. This is the CDL account, so I never really changed my settings here. I might be on the bullshit.
All unauthorized personnel.
All right, Scar. Wait, we're not flipped. 1 second. I'll tweak if I'm not unflipped. All right, we'll start here. So this is just back green. Call this like useless spawn. Truck, 18 here. Back green stairs. This we call top broken because we call top green to this side of it. So broken, top green. This is just back alley, P5. This is mid cut or B cut. We kind of just call this like dirt, like this area in front P3. Plain heady, obviously. This is kind of like their dirt. We actually don't, but this is like a creddy corner. We just call this like creddy. Over here is boat or long. I've also heard let's call it long too. So long, short, boat. So short and long, or boat and short. This is a tank, like white wall over here, and then like the blue tank, I would say probably the best case scenario for that. This is shop, obviously. P1, mid tank. We call this gen, or gens, this little box over here. Shop. Wood stairs. Actually, we call both of these wood stairs, but like their wood stairs, our wood stairs. It's kind of like context. We've also called it dark stairs because we usually call this dark. Like this corner is usually dark. So their top wood, our top wood is usually, I mean, we probably should have a specific call out for this part and that part. We're kind of just calling it like their top, our top. So it's a little little sketch for right now. This is bottom cred. This is like the gen box. This is the like the main box. This is the wood box. And like, yeah, again, they're wood stairs. So this wood, we call this sat. So like P2, you're spawning sat side. Blue truck or front blue truck, just a front blue. Call this L here. This is P4 or bottom blue, top blue. Pretty self-explanatory. This is just yard. Back boxes. And I think that's it, right? This is the overload point. I guess you can call this like, I don't know. We just call this overload point, honestly. Maybe like back fish or something here. If they're playing here on overload, trying to defend the point. So that's kind of everything for this map, right? I don't think I missed anything. It's broken, front broken. 18 gens. Okay. That's basically all of Scar.
Not deal in compromise.
Let's run it again. See what
Trying to think, did I miss anything? No, because I did the plain side too. Oh, the little, we call that hut. The other side of the other side of sat, like before you get to yard by blue, we just call that hut. We can skip raid. Everyone knows raid stuff. Do exposure. Do you do market? No, they'd be calling it shop instead of market. But oh, in terms of like inside market or inside shop, just like, yeah, their side, our side. Nothing big on that. Or like front and back based on the positioning that we're at. Like back shop or front shop. It's usually the way that we go.
Neutralize all threats.
Okay. Again, this is just fucking CT or depths here. Spawn, default spawn. This is gens over here. This electrical side, gens. We don't really have a call. We have the call. We just call this rock tune. This is a fucking stupid joke because of the kickoff tourney. But that little corner like rock is rock tune. This is plat over here. Top solar. Their solar. Our solar. You can call it like S1 and S2 if you want as well, but I feel like everyone calls it solar, so you might as well just do their solar, our solar. This is P4. This is or server. The bottom server, top server, pillar. Again, this is top window or top server here. And we go mid alley. Here, this is an awkward one because it's kind of the same on both sides. We've literally just been calling it, you know, their dirt, our dirt for these two like lanes. P5. We call this just the box, or what do we call this? I forget what I think we call it the, wait, what do we actually call this? If Mace is still in here, let me know. We say this our wall run, their wall run. This is a very symmetrical map, so a lot of it's like ours, theirs. Long here. This is our short, their short. This is long. This is just P1. What do we call this? I don't know. Do we just call it like the top box or something? Top of the map? I don't remember what we call that. I'm gonna be completely honest. We haven't really had to use that much. This is ring. It's a top ring, bottom ring. This is blue plat. Green plat is the other one. Or actually, honestly, we just call it their plat. Like, they're so far away from each other. Again, it's very theirs, ours centric for this map because of how symmetrical it is. This is new, but we used to call this pipes cut, so we don't need to call that anymore. We can call this pipes at this point now. Either P4 or pipes. Once again, oh, what do we call this? We were calling this like back hex or something because it's a hexagon. I don't know if we've kept that call out, or I think we call it tarp now. I think we call it tarp. And again, solar, their solar, our solar. P2 tank. Out of the map if they're going off the map. and coming back in. This is just mid cut or B cut. I think that's everything. Yeah, crate. I think we just call it crate, like top crate. I'm pretty sure that's what we call it. Good call out. Here, oh, this is like our bush if they're playing this corner. Like he's bush spot. Same thing with this. That's kind of it. Yeah, top plat. Oh no, that's top plat. This is Balk. Sorry, this is Balk. I forgot about that. This is it was originally plat, and then we're like, oh wait, we're calling this plat. So Balk, and the other one is Balk. This is top plat. Or we call this backstairs. Backstairs into Rocktune. And for inside, we call this inner, outer. We call this outer solar. So outer, inner, and for both sides, same thing. Like their outer, their inner, our inner, our outer. I think that's it. What do we call this spot? I don't know if we made a call out for this. We kind of just call it a close corner or something like that, but we probably should call it something. Maybe boxes. Or robot. I don't know. Just a chilling robot over here. Maybe glass. Like glass corner. I'm trying to think of just ones off the fly that we can use.
Stalemate. Find another way.
If we didn't finish the job, then we failed.
What's good skills that kills you? How's everyone doing? Do you think Utopia is going to be played? I think it's way better than Colossus. Maybe. I mean, I don't think it's hard to beat Colossus right now. I think Colossus is straight up like Nuketown. So, yeah, I would like to see that get changed. That map. I think Colossus Search more than Colossus Hardpoint. Both are pretty bad though, I'm not gonna lie. I think Colossus Search just... I feel like it's way too small. It's good Liquid Cobra. How do I feel about the gun meta right now? I actually don't mind it. For what it is. With Gunsmith, there's never gonna be a 3-gun meta. But I think that's pretty balanced right now.
Team deathmatch.
Okay, back here, back desk. We call this dragon. We call these the pillars. So, you know, I mean, it's really dependent, but, you know, their pillars, our pillars, or deep pillars. I don't think we have a call out for each side of it. Maybe patio pillars, P4 pillars. I think that's kind of what we've been doing. This P4 or tree, you know, close corner, box corner. Been calling it small. Some people call it A search. Small. This is like zig, or honestly, we've been calling both small. Red, bottom red here. I said dragon. Back here is back patio. So patio. This is the hop up, or we've been calling it sometimes art. I don't think we call it too much. It's honestly all of dojo. We just call it front dojo, back dojo usually. But I've heard people call this part art, and this part called dojo, and this part called front dojo. This is outer dojo. This is, yeah, just mid cut. Plat over here, mid cut. Honestly, just mid cut for this whole part. What do we call this? This is like arch, or what do we call this? This is tiles. This part tiles. Maybe like tiles arch or tiles cut. Tiles over here. We're calling this lockers. This is tiles short. This is a big cut for overload. Gens back here. Bottom gens, top gens. Let's go to cramp losses. We call this back square. This is just default spawn. Tank, back tank. This is lobby stairs, lobby, or I've heard this called couches as well. We just call it lobby. P2, garage here. We call this spot sat. So like recapping, or you're just playing inside P2 or playing for P2 and he's like blocking the spawn. He's sat. Show me some Shotzi spots. This is front P2, outer P2. This is the wall run or long or inner. You say inner wall run, outer roof or inner roof. I've seen so many different calls for these, but most of the time it's just inner and outer roof. This is outer P4 and inner, obviously. And we call it small. We'll go in the middle of the map though. You can use we would sometimes call this like closed and open. Open side because it's open to the mid cut. Closed because obviously you can't get to that side. P1 or statue. We call this broken, top broken. Wow, I didn't know this went this far deep. Holy shit. What else? Trying to think on the fly. Did we do anything? Oh, top window over there, or top blue. I've heard it called too. Blue stairs, window stairs. Or honestly, just back stairs. You'll figure out the call out. I think that's everything.
Rally on what cause?
Guild does not deal in compromise.
Need to show a little pride out there.
Crempienda greater than Cremp losses? I don't know about that. Chad, you guys know he holds the kill record? Holy shit. Kill record's in our chat right now. What the fuck? Colossus is another one. It's a lot of theirs and ours just because it's so symmetrical. Also this is okay, so a lot of teams, or I don't know about a lot of teams, but we're calling this like yellow side and blue side on the other side. So this is like yellow spawn, back L, P4, call this like tree obviously, couches, or just on P4 heady. Palms over here for this side of the map. We used to call this T, but a lot of people are just calling this statue now. So their statue, our statue, their T, our T. Balk. This is yellow stairs or our stairs. Blue stairs or their stairs. P1 obviously. Or top mid. I guess a lot of people will just say top mid for most of it. This is junk or like back junk. God heady. A lot of teams will use this in P4. Tunnels. We're calling this chairs, or just, you know, bottom mid or tons. We're calling this chairs. Their boat, our boat. For the two sides, like our side, our boat. Their boat is on their side. Blue crate. Back junk here. You're not ever going to be in a scenario where you kind of have to worry about both, but. Yeah, blue spawn. Blue lobby. Lobby, or I've seen this called luggage as well. Usually it's just lobby, like their lobby. P2 or bar heady. Just close corner, rock corner. Over here. Once again, back L. He's pushing back L. Low T, bro, I've heard low T a few times this year and it actually kind of cracks me up. I don't think anyone's like realized when they've calmed it, but I was like, oh my god, low T sounds so bad. We don't have a Lamar spot for this game yet. We'll probably develop one. This is probably Lamar spot, honestly, dude. We just be calling it Godheady. You can call this shit Lamar spot. You call this close, oh, what did we call this? Maybe we, oh no, this was like trash heady or trash corner. Because there's trash over here. And then I think we called this back junk. But yeah, a lot of theirs and ours. Our lobby, their lobby, or yellow and blue if you want to actually use colors. Do you like any of the new maps? Utopia seems fun. I think Meltdown should be added in once it gets added in. I think Fringe could actually play well in this game. Utopia I haven't seen much of. We've only played 2v2s on it, but shit, it probably is better than Colossus already. What else? Wait, what did we not do? Oh, Blackheart I can't even do. I can't even load it up for you guys. Is Blackheart in private match for regular accounts? Or is it just a CDO account thing? That's fucking me up. What did I not do? Did I not do a map? I think I did everything. No accounts at all? Wow. Here, I'll just do it on like attack maps thing. Can you see my screen? Oh, I gotta turn off the game capture. Fuck it, let's play Fate, bro. The one with the portals. Hell no, that map is crazy. It's too narrow. We played it in a 2v2. That map is just way too narrow. All right, can you see my screen? Let me make it full screen. Okay. Okay, so wall run. This is like mid cut over here. Actually, I'm not gonna be able to draw everything. I'll just point towards it. This is wall run over here, mid cut. You can say inner and outer, but most of the time you say like open and close for these two. Open here, close because it's close to P1. Call this tube the middle part. Dub or dub window for this because it's two areas to opens up to the window. We'll be calling this no man's. This is P3 obviously. So like outer P3, inner P3. We call this docks, this area, or you know, P4 stairs, or kind of like dock stairs. This is outer docks or ring. This is hop up. This is gas or P4. What do we call this? We call this, I think we just call this back crate. Back crate over here. This is P2. We call this tank. I know it's like an excavator, but we just call this tank. Short for this cut. Banana here. This is a banana. We had to throw in a banana call out somewhere, you know? This is square or cube for this area. This is just back room, honestly. Literally just back room. This is useless back here. I think we call this like ramp or like cube ramp, square ramp or something like that. I think we just called it ramp. That's kind of the main ones. Trying to think of what we called this. I think it was just their door, our door for these two. You can call it square door. What's this area? I think we call this like dark corner. So maybe like dark door. Nah, that doesn't really flow. I'm trying to think of what we would call this door. We definitely call this like dark corner. I would see, yeah, long or wall run for this. I think we've been calling it long actually instead of wall run. That's the main ones. It might get like more fleshed out, but that's kind of like the gist of it. And same thing with this P4 that we do for P3, like outer gas and inner gas. Outer and inner gas. Blue door, yellow door. I forgot about the colors on this map. Yeah, maybe you can call it blue and yellow. So D1, D2. Yeah, it's honestly preference. We, as a team, usually like to just do the theirs and ours because most of the time, context-wise, you're going to know. So I think they've just gotten used to that. But if you're playing like rank play or something, you probably want to do like a color or something because people in rank play don't know what the fuck they're doing most of the time and can't figure it out. Fate has decently sized hills, but the layout is awful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. The layout for Fate is way too narrow. I think the portal thing is actually a really cool addition. Oh, they don't have it on here, but it's way too narrow. The lanes. Are we streaming streams tomorrow? I would assume so. I haven't really asked them yet, but I think we're able to now since the patch is out, so we can do it again. So I assume we'll be back with it. All right, chat. That's gonna do it for me. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the stream session, the VOD session here, and then obviously doing some of the comps for you guys. I'll leave this VOD up here for you guys to look at and learn from. Otherwise, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let me see who's online, chat. Who can we raid? Anyone from my team streaming? Anyone streaming? I'll raid that boy Octane. Shout out the boy Octane. I'll see you guys later. Peace, chat.